Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Blame It on the Stars, where we give you an inside look at what's going on in the universe so you can blame your problems on the stars. It is Jade here.
And it's Kara.
And this week, we're talking all about Mercury Retrograde ending and Saturn sextile Uranus. But in case you missed it, last week we talked all about Mars entering Libra and the full moon in Aquarius. So if you want to know more about that, then definitely check out last week's episode before diving into this one.
And just to give you a heads up, next week we will tell you everything that you need to know about Virgo season and how it affects you.
And with that being said, let's dive into the episode. So one thing happening in astrology that you're going to want to write down in your calendar happening soon is Mercury stationing direct in Leo. This will be on August 11th at 3:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And per usual, the date and time are from the website astroseek.com. What you need to know. This is the end of Mercury retrograde in Leo. Mercury stationing direct marks a turning point where communication starts to move forward again. Misunderstandings might start to clear up. If you were experiencing any tech, travel, or scheduling issues, that's going to soon be resolving. And with Mercury being in Leo, you'll find that your voice carries a lot more confidence. So after the retrograde is over, it'll be a better time to start speaking more boldly and reclaim clarity around what you want.
How you will feel. Once the post-shadow energy ends of the retrograde period, everything is going to start moving forward and you're going to feel more motivated and just a renewed sense of confidence. If you experienced a lot of delays or you were constantly second guessing yourself during the retrograde period, all of that energy is going to go away and you're going to feel a lot more expressive, passionate, and creatively recharged.
So where this will show up in your life, you're likely going to notice momentum returning in any of the areas related to communication, creative work, and decision making. So if you were waiting on some type of information before making a decision, or there was something you needed more clarity on, once Mercury is direct, this shift will help you take action again.
What will become important to you? During this time, you're going to be more focused on expressing yourself, and you might notice that you are more confident in what you are saying in conversations with others. This is a time to embrace who you are and allow yourself to be seen for your most authentic self.
If you're wondering how long this lasts, Mercury will stay in Leo up until September 2nd at 9:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, when Mercury will enter Virgo.
And per usual, certain signs will be affected more than others. The signs that are most affected by Mercury stationing direct in Leo are Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, or Scorpio placements. By placements, we mean Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, and or Mars placements only.
And per usual, there are a few key dates you're going to want to pay attention to. These are the aspects that Mercury will make as it moves through Leo. And spoiler alert, they're kind of the same vibe. Starting off on August 14th, Mercury will sextile Mars, which will give you a mental boost and some confidence to act on your ideas.
And then a few days after, on August 18th, Mercury will sextile Mars for a second time, which is just going to reignite that same energy of confidence and motivation.
Now, the next thing happening in astrology you're going to want to pay attention to is happening the same day that Mercury stations direct, and that will be Saturn sextile Uranus. This will happen on August 11th, but at 11:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What you need to know, this supportive aspect between Saturn in Aries and Uranus in Gemini will help bridge the gap between things that maybe require structure, but also things that need innovation. And together, these energies are working so you can make changes that last. So this is a really good day for implementing practical solutions to some long-standing problems, or also turning fresh ideas into something more real and tangible.
How you will feel. During this time, you're going to feel more grounded while still being open to making changes that work for you. You might notice that you're more willing to try new things as long as they feel practical and sustainable. This is a good time to find a balance between finding stability and also creating space to grow.
So where this will show up in your life. Now, this is outer planets here, so this will have more of a societal impact rather than a personal one, but still in your personal life, this could impact your routines, your work, or any long-term plans. So this could look like having some breakthroughs that help you realign with your goals, or just wanting to make upgrades to how you handle responsibility.
What will become important to you? During this time, you're going to be more focused on learning how to build flexibility into the routines and structures in your life. You might start seeing how having certain habits and making small changes can really help you find stability while also being open to making adjustments or even building in time for you to be spontaneous. Overall, this is a time to create routines and habits for yourself that allow both stability and personal growth.
And that is it for this week's episode. Just a reminder, next week we're talking all about Virgo season, and I'm going to give you a big warning / heads up now to come with your notebook, your pen and paper. Virgo season is very, very jam-packed, and I'm not saying that to hype or anything. That is factual. There's just a lot happening during Virgo season. So if you want to know more about all that's in store for that, then make sure wherever you're listening to the podcast, you're subscribed with the notifications turned on so you don't miss when we post next week. But until then, that is all for now, and we'll see you all next Monday. Bye.